Welcome to Other Corner, and today we are on a roundabout waiting to get on the highway in the brand new Jaguar XE, the 2-liter diesel model. Or maybe, yeah, power. And the car we're driving is the 2-liter diesel, the portfolio model. Portfolio, you have 5 different, no, you can't go there. Okay, then we have to, okay, this way. So we're driving a portfolio. Portfolio is not the entry level, it's almost the top spec model. And Jaguar said if you want luxury, you should buy the portfolio model. So what does portfolio mean? That means you get bigger rims and leather interior basically, and some other different bigs and bobs. But you actually get a ton of standard equipment in this car. Dual zone climate control, big screen, media, you get aux, you get USB ports, iPad connectivity, you get lane change department system thing, and you get the automatic braking feature, which if the car senses it's going to be a crash, it will actually warn the driver, oh, it's going to be a crash, and then if you don't react, it will automatically apply the brakes. So the base price is $32,000 for the pure entry level, and you have 2 different, at least in Europe, you get 2 different diesel engines to choose from. You have the e-performance 163 horsepower, and then you got the normal 2-liter 180 horsepower and 430 newton meters of torque, and that's the engine we're driving today. And if you want the more economy car, then you should get the e-performance, which also is 50 kilograms lighter than this car, and it's made for economical driving, while the this one, the normal 2-liter 180 horsepower, is more for fun driving. You also have different petrol engines, and if you want the diesel, you have the option of 2 gearboxes. You get the 6-speed manual, which I haven't driven, and you get this, the 8-speed ZF gearbox, which is the same gearbox that is in the BMW 3 Series and a bunch of other cars, and it's a great gearbox. And it's only a €2,000 option, and it's an option you should check, because you get just overall a better car with the automatic. You have different petrol engines. You get a 2-liter, which is 200 horsepower, 280 newton meters. And then you have the 2.5 with 240 horsepower. And then you have the manly one, the top of the range S model with 340 horsepower and 450 newton meters. And those you can only get with the ZF. So should you buy a Jaguar XE over a 3 Series or a C-Class? Well, it's definitely more fun to drive than the BMW 3 Series, but it's not as comfortable and as luxurious as the Mercedes C-Class. C-Class has a better interior than this car, and overall a nicer, more expensive feel than the Jaguar XE. But it's more fun to drive than the BMW 3 Series. The chassis is such awesome in this car. I'm gonna exit here. Thank you. Power. The chassis and the suspension, they spend a lot of money and a lot of time perfecting it, and they have done a great job at it. And it's a lot of fun to drive. You also have the Drive Select thing here, which you have 4 different settings. You have winter, you have eco, and you have normal, and then you have dynamic. And those are quite logic. Winter is for, I guess, winter driving, so you won't slide the car around. Then you have eco, which is fuel economy, and then you have normal, which is the comfort setting, and then you have dynamic, which is the sportier settings, and the gauges turn red when you have that, which is a cool thing. You also get start and stop as standard, and they put a beautiful button here so you can turn that off. Thank you, Jaguar, for that. The only thing I would say about this is Jaguar spent a lot of money on this car. We have 2 new factories in England, to build it, but some of the quality is a bit rubbish. For example, the plastic right here is very cheap, this thing here is very loose, but overall the interior is very beautiful. But the touch point, like the steering wheel, the window switches, some of the bottoms here are quite nice. This one maybe feels a bit cheap. You get a 80 watt stereo as standard, which is a decent audio system. But you also have the start and stop button from a Jaguar F-Type, which is kind of cool because it blinks like your heart when you get into the car. It's a cool feature. You also get the steering wheel out of an F-Type. So I can go through the different trim levels. Like I said, you have 5 different trim levels. You have the Pure, which is the base model. Then you have a step above that is the Prestige, which you get the leather seats and ambient lighting in here, which is something. Then you have the Portfolio, the car we're driving today, which you get even better leather seats. You have bi-function headlights and electric seats, which is nice. Then you have the R Sport. R Sport is, you get the R suspension, you get R body kit, you get the R steering wheel, which looks a bit better than this one, and overall is a sportier car. Some exterior features as well are different between the normal one and the R. Then you have the S, which you get the 340 horsepower engine, and you get bigger brakes and all kinds of goodies in that one. All car comes with a 3-year warranty, which is nice, and also in Sweden at least you get 3 years free service. So how awesome is that? So they will change the oil filter, the air filter, fuel filter, all for free, unlimited miles for 3 years, which is very nice of them. But again, I'm very actually pleasantly surprised of this car. It's a great car to drive, and it's a lot of fun. It's a fun car to drive, and that's the key here, fun. Jaguar spend most of probably the money on the chassis and stuff like that. And it's the C-Class is a bit more quieter than this one, and that's the only complaint maybe. It's has quite a lot of tire noise, I think, on the highway. It could also be the shitty Swedish roads. But that basically concludes the review of this awesome new Jaguar XE. Overall a great car, a very sporty car, and a lot of fun to drive. Hope you liked the review, and if you like it you can subscribe and like. It will help me a lot, and I see you in the next one.